Okay, so this GENE, this is a super liquid stock today. Quite volatile, nice trade. I mean, we called it here at the $3 entry and traded to 10. There was lots of opportunities to get into this trade and trade around it. But there's a few interesting things happen if you're not watching the level two, but just watching the bid and the ask. If you don't have level two and you're just watching the bid and the ask. Now this thing traded 375 million shares, 376 million shares, absolute monster volume. And so what happens when you get that kind of volume? Luke's question was, you see it, for example, on GENE, you see a 310, 312 bid ask, and transactions are going through at 314 and 315. And the other thing I was talking about is where the bid and the ask gap down in tandem very quickly. Where I first started talking about this before my phone call came in, here you see it's a $1.10 move in less than a minute. It probably happens in seconds. And we had lots of those kind of moves in this stock where you have these big sells and big buys, and they rocket up, and they but they rocket up in tandem. It's not like they gapped up. The bid was still here at 684, and in the same minute, and the offer went to 733. It goes from six, let's say it goes from 689, 690, then boom, next trade is 730 to 731. So what happened to the what happened to the money in between? Where did all those bids and asks go? So that's a good these are good points. Now the volatility in this kind of stock, what happens is you get a stock that's trading 400 million shares in a day. People will put in, they'll buy 100,000 shares at a crack. They'll buy, and it could be could be algorithms that are buying it. They'll buy 100,000, 200,000 shares at a crack at the market, and they'll sell the same at the market. So this is the first part of the question, not the second part. So the first part of the question is that they sell these off or they sell it like that, or they buy it like that, and the order is so big, or there's so much order coming in at any one time, most likely market orders, that the stock just gaps up, or it's happening so quickly, the computers can pick it up because it's fractions of a second, but the tape itself can't reflect it quick enough, and so you get these big gaps up and down like that, but in tandem, not just the stock gapping up. But then if we look at Luke N's second question, or his question is, you see the stock trading at 310 to 12, and yet the transactions are going through at 14 and 15. That's just a matter of the reporting. The stocks are so liquid and so volatile with such huge volume. The two tapes, the level two, and the bid and the ask or time of sales, they just can't keep up with each other. They're just going through faster than trades are going through faster than they can, because it's scrolling on your screen, and so each scroll takes an instant, but the trades are going through at half an instant. So that's why you would see time of sales going through at a different price than the bid ask. And you would see why stocks go from 3 to 4 and nothing happening in between, but the bid and the ask go at the same time. And that's just because there's so much volume that there's no, they just can't reflect it quick enough. And there's a problem with that, though. It's it makes it very difficult to trade, because you get into a trade at $4, and then in an instant it's 3.5. You don't have an opportunity to scale out, or to put your stop loss in or anything like that. It happens so quickly. So when they're trading like that, you have to have much bigger range in what your stop loss is going to be. And the other thing you do is as soon as you put an order in to buy, you put in an order to sell, like a dollar higher or wherever your market is, you're thinking that you want to sell. So let's say we bought it at 4. As soon as I put the order in and I'm filled, I'm putting orders in at 4.25, 4.5, 4.75, and because it goes so quick up and down, if your order's not in, it's not getting filled. So if anybody has any questions on that, then post me here and we'll see if we can answer it, if that made sense to everybody.